The light should be done. Again, or a pair of like leather gloves for this. If you've got them, these are just like motorcycle gloves. The advantage is you can play with it without having to worry about oven mitts and stuff. So the light is done. I'm just gonna pull it out. So once it's out, the sealant will be really soft. You can take your lens, and again, with the gloves on, you can go ahead and touch it. Don't worry about getting stuff on the lens itself. It'll come off later. We're just going to flip it up. I usually like to start with the bottom. You can sort of push the lens if it's off-centered a little bit. That's fine. You push it into place. So now we're really starting to get the seal down there. Pushing it in. Work way to the outside. Now I like to go from the bottom. I like to get the bottom two in first, and then I like to use clips to keep it in place while I work on the top. So we got the bottom, get our clips in. Now time is kind of important, but you're not going to be super rushed here. I'll seal up my fingers. Go for the top now. Sometimes the top corner can give you a little trouble with the glass lenses. If you work it in with your fingers a little bit, though, you'll be fine. From the bottom, the next thing I like to do is get the top clips in. So right now the lens is in pretty good place. You can mold it a little bit if you need to again. Try not to do that. So now we're going to get these other clips in here. If you have the leather gloves, the sealant might stick to your gloves a little bit. Shouldn't be too big of a problem though. I need one more clip. Let me find one. I got some in my pocket. Get the last very top clip here. Alright, now our lens is on and in place. Now what we want to do is we want to grab a pair of pliers. If the sealant's not too high, we want to go around every few inches, sort of pull it. And actually, if you look inside, you'll see up here, you'll see the sealant sort of get a little bit further in there. You see it pop out right there. You just want to give it a little tug. You're just trying to pull these two together. Don't go crazy on it. You don't want to destroy your lenses or your headlight. I can do the same thing around the outer edges. You might see a little bit of excess come out as the lens settles in. Flip to the sides and the bottom. Trying to be more careful than I am right now. And you're just trying to, it's already sealed, you're just trying to, get that little extra better gap on it. You might get a little excess coming out the side, which is fine. That's good. It means you got enough in the interior. I'm gonna make sure you get this top corner. Good. Like I said, if you've got stuff on the outside, it's not a problem. You can cut it off with a knife when it gets a little harder, or you can leave it. It's up to you. But now we can see all on the outside, all on the bottom. We've got the lens sitting in there nice and well. A lot of extra sealant over here. We probably put a little bit too much there, but it's better to have more than have not enough. We come back around here. We can see we've got a seal again. We have some excess, which is fine. Better excess than nothing else. If we look at the interior of the headlight, you can see that the lens trim is well in place where it should be, matching up right along the bottom, nice and fine. You can shake it a little bit and you see that it's not moving at all. It's held in place again by these top two corners, and then by the shape of the lens on the bottom. So that's really it. I'm going to let this cool. Once it's done, I'm going to remove the excess here because the upper portion is probably fine. A little bit's okay like that. That's not bad. This is kind of a lot. That's kind of messy, so I'm going to cut this off with a knife. It's not going to affect the seal because the seal is mostly in this channel down on the bottom here. So I'm just going to get rid of this excess because it's just a little bit too much for me. But that's kind of it. Any excess stuff on the outside of the lens, like right here, I had a little bit on my finger. What you can do is you can wait a little bit, hit it with the blow dryer. It'll soften it up, and then you can just use a sponge softly to scrape it off. It should just come right up. You can even see right now, just with my finger, I can smear it. So it'll come off just with a little bit of water and just sort of rubbing it off a little bit. And that's sort of the gist of it. All right, that's how you put a lens on with the trim.